Hey there, and welcome to That's Audacious, where we share entrepreneurial stories from amazing leaders to inspire and motivate you to be bold, brave, and audacious. I'm your host, Lauren Clemett, the brand navigator, here to share stories that will make you say, well, that's audacious. Well, hello and welcome to the That's Audacious podcast. I am so excited about today's episode. We have the fabulous Saurabh Arora with us today, who is the founder of Eminence Finance Group, and he was a top performing mobile lender with ANZ before he even started his own business. But he is revolutionising the mortgage experience with his lightning fast customer service and his unwavering commitment to customer care. What I really want to talk about today, though, Saurabh, is how fast you are growing your incredible profile and that amazing reputation. But before we get into that, I mean, how you're doing amazing work for your clients and growing so fast and so on. Tell us a little bit about where you came from, Saurabh, and what got you to where you are now.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lauren, for having me and inviting me for the podcast. So I came to Australia in 2016, but actually the journey started way back in 2007, where I started my banking career back in India. That's where everything started, everything changed. Yes, I did have the background of a bit of a family banking background, because the family members were in the banks and all. And it was not the plan to go into the banking, but it happened. I think that was meant to be. And in 2016, when I came here, I was one of the branch managers in a bank in India. So when you come to a different country, it's altogether a fresh start. So you start from very basic. So it was like I've gone back 8 years again into my life, and we are starting it from scratch. But I think those 7-8 years which I had in the past experience, that just covered the whole journey really fast because of the experience that I had. And speaking to the customers, we already had it in ourselves. It was just the matter of how we get involved into the culture, Australian culture, I would say. But that happened really fast as well. I like to be adaptive, so I was adaptive into the whole environment. And yeah, it really went fast. And 3 years into the initial broking phase. So when I came to Australia, I still remember I landed at 4 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock, I was in the office. Even though 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was almost sleepy, but it was fun. And I still remember that then. And that's on the same day, my name was referred as Saurabh. So the actual name is Saurabh Arora, and the name came up Saurabh on that day. That was 11th of July, 2016. I still remember that date. But yes, after that, I think there was no looking back. First 3 years were the initial where I was getting mentored by some really good mentors. They were teaching me all of the stuff about the finance, properties, everything. And I got my permanent residency in 2018. And as soon as I got it, I got my first property as well. And I think that was the first hitch that I had. That was all cleared. And 2019, just before COVID, I received a random call from ANZ. And that just changed the whole situation in the life. It was a purely random call because I never applied for any job, and I just received a call saying, hey, would like to go for a mobile lending job in ANZ? I was like, I don't know. I haven't tried anything like that. Let's give it a shot. And I think that just changed the whole thing, and it happened really quick again. And in 2.5 years, I was the number one lender in the country. I was like, whoa, that's a dream come true kind of stuff. So, and then that just came up. Well, it was always there in the mind to start my own business, but probably I say I didn't have the guts, or I was a little scared. So which probably dragged me back. But I think after being at a top position in ANZ as well as a mobile lender in the country, I think that boosted the confidence and just made me go up and start my own business. And I think that the decision I made was perfect. And that's one thing I say to everyone, that yes, doing a job is really good, that gives you the experience, but you need to convert that experience into something special. And what I call my business as my baby. So you need to have this baby after a while, because you can't just rely on someone's else business to do your stuff and to make a beautiful journey out of your life. So I think that's what the whole journey is in a nutshell. Probably in 5 minutes, I've tried and given everything on that.
And so many amazing lessons built into your story as well. Thank you, Saurabh.
No.
I love the fact that when you talked about, going backwards, so often it happens in life that something pushes us backwards. And the fact that we can actually recover from that much faster because we've already been there. So if you ever push backwards, don't panic.
Yes.
You've got the knowledge, you've got the experience, you can actually go forward a lot faster than you did the first time. So
Absolutely.
Don't let it worry you. I love the fact that when you arrived in Australia, the first thing the Aussies did to you was shorten your name. That's just, I'm surprised they didn't put an O on the end of it or something like that. So that's very lucky. And the other thing you mentioned was mentoring and the importance of mentoring, having people to guide you and knowing you can't do it on your own. There's some random stuff that's happened as well, that random call from ANZ. The random stuff in life often is the stuff that comes at you from left field. And when that call came in, Sab, was there any hesitation for you to even jump into that? Or was it always, yep, this is obviously where I need to go?
I'll be honest, I was hesitant. The hesitance was because when I was doing my initial job in Australia, it was not a very customer facing or a sales job. But the profile that ANZ came to me was more of a sales profile. So I was not sure whether, because I didn't have my own network of clients at that moment. And mobile lending role is that you run your own show kind of job. So I was a bit hesitant. But then probably, I think in the first call, I was not sure. I was unsure. And I told this to the recruiter as well, that I'm not sure whether I'm fitting into this profile. I don't know what he saw in my profile, but he said, "No, you're the right guy. You're the right guy." But then once I went for the first interview, and then I realized that yes, it's good to be hesitant as well, because that keeps you in control and you're not overconfident. But then yes, that gave me initial confidence as well, that yes, I think I can manage it, and this is the time. Because one thing my mentor told me, that you have to come out of your comfort zone. He usually used to give an example of a rubber band. The more you stretch, the more big it becomes, right? So I said, there's nothing to lose. Rather, probably I'll gain some experience, because I was into banking overseas. So like, let's give it a shot back into the bank again, and let's see how it goes.
And it went really well. Where did you end
well.
up, Sab? How long did it take you?
2.5 years and number one in the country. That was pretty amazing. And one thing again I normally say to people is, don't think small, think big. When I joined ANZ, I again didn't have this dream of becoming number one. I didn't even know that this existed, to be honest. And after a few months, I just randomly told my boss or manager saying, "Hey, how about if I become number one someday?" I was like, normally, you see, because of the book size, the property values in Sydney, the values are so much high that it's very hard for a Victorian person to become number one or even number two, because of the property prices are not that. And it's always game of the volume that you're putting it in the system. I was like, why? Thinking big is not harmful. That's what I normally keep, thinking big is not harmful. Let's keep it the way, and I'll dream of becoming number one lender in the country. Apparently, next month only, after that conversation, for that particular month, I became number 3 in the country for that month. And everybody was surprised that this guy who just came probably 3 months ago in the system is number 3 in the country. Who's this guy? And I think that triggered me as well, that it's not difficult. You just focus on what you do. You can't control what other people are doing. Just control the stuff you can do. And that's it. And yeah, there's no looking back.
I love it. What great life lessons. And I love the fact as well, you said before, look, things feel like they're perfect. This is just, and it's not a question of waiting until it's perfect. You have to make it become perfect, don't you? I know that story of you arriving in the country at 4 a.m. and you're in the office at 9. Has hard work and diligence and just always showing up always been a part of your ethos, Sab?
Yes, proactiveness has been the main essence, I would say. I think it might be some problem with my brain as well. If something is on my desk, I don't feel very comfortable about it. I just need to get it over the line. If somebody is waiting for that, so what I do, I schedule my timelines. I schedule it in a way that if I need to give it to someone to do some work on it, I'll prefer to do that before. And then, because by the time I've given it to someone, the other person might take a couple of hours to sign the document or do whatever on that. In that time frame, I can do my rest of the stuff. So I'm not waiting for someone to do the stuff and then doing my rest of the balance work I have. So I give that work to someone else initially, and then in that time frame, when that person is taking his own sweet time, at least I can work on my rest of the stuff and get the things over the line.
And
So
it's really become a point of difference for you, hasn't it? It's good customer service isn't really innovative, is it? It's what I think you said before to me, before we started recording. You just treat people the way you would like to be treated yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty basic, isn't it? But I think one of the points of difference with your approach to customer service is that whole idea of, okay, how can I reduce the waiting time? How can I, because it's quite frustrating, isn't it? In the mortgage broking industry, there's a lot of discontent from customers who are like, I'm not being communicated well with, I'm waiting, I don't know what's happening, something's happening and I don't know what it is. Do you think that it's something the entire industry needs to pull up their boots a little bit on?
Yeah, that's a controversial answer, but I would probably say yes. Because I faced it myself as well. If I am dealing with someone, whether in the finance industry or any industry, and if I'm a customer, I probably would admire that if that person calls me upfront and tell me that you are paying a high premium on this. I'll give you an example. I have a life insurance, and it's been there for 4 or 5 years, but that broker never called me about renewing and working on or restructuring the insurance. And I realized this year that I'm paying good hefty 5 grand on it per year. And then when I just met some random guy in a seminar, and he gave me a quotation of $1,800. That's a massive difference, and I was shocked. But being a good loyal customer, I called my broker initially to understand what's happening, and I gave him this feedback that you should have called me rather than me telling you. So it's across the industry at the moment. And I received a call from a client yesterday. He was praising his mortgage broker who did his loan 3 years ago. But then I asked, are you in touch with your mortgage broker still? And he said, no, I don't know where he is. So that's the problem. Now that customer is inclined to come to me now, under my mortgage broking firm. So because I'm speaking to him, I'm giving him the ideas and how we can get things done and all that. So he's loving it. But his previous broker was amazing as well, and I'm sure he might be doing really well at the moment as well. But then the only thing that he didn't do is contact his existing clients, because the existing clients can give you heaps of business, and that's the most organic business I think we can generate. Word of mouth. Everybody says word of mouth is the best way of marketing, but people don't follow that. That's what I've been seeing at the moment.
Yeah, there's something about word of mouth, isn't there? It's free. It's a third-party endorsement that somebody is talking about you instead of yourself. And it's that ongoing ripple effect that somebody tells somebody tells somebody. Now, Sab, when we first met, we were talking about building your profile and looking at awards to really grow your reputation in the marketplace. So additional to that word of mouth referral marketing, people already knew about you as well.
Yes.
How's that been going for you?
It's going amazing. You can see the whole thing in the bag. That's getting filled up quite quickly now. I need to have a couple of more shelves there. I really like it. Yes, it does boost your ego. I love that word. It does boost my ego. But again, it gives me the comfort as well of that I'm doing right things. And this is the testament that yes, the work we are doing is legitimate. We are doing the right thing by us, by client, and it's a win-win situation. And a couple of things that has actually, because it's very hard to quantify something when you're getting awards. So, but how it comes to you is based on the response of the clients, based on your existing clients' response. After my visit from Korea, when I received the Stevie Awards, at least I think 10 clients have just randomly called out of the blue just to say congratulations. So which means they're looking at it, they're feeling confident, they're feeling secured that yes, I'm with the right mortgage broker because he's winning awards, which means somebody else is also checking on his work that he's doing the right thing. And I'm now secured and I'm in the safe hands that yes, the right person is looking after my mortgage or my finances. Few people who initially left my mortgage broking firm because of any XYZ reasons, they have contacted me again when they saw that I'm winning these awards. Because they're part of my LinkedIn and Facebook families. So they're coming back to me again saying, hey, Sab, can you look out and provide some options? Because getting a loan when you have a standard cream loan, one person or two people having one loan, a small loan, every bank can provide it. But when you're in the journey of having more properties, building your property profile, or having the right structure for your loan, that's where you need an expert, I would say. And probably I believe people have started me fitting into that particular category where I can, normally they say you can work your magic. So I try to work my magic, but it's all about how much experience we have, because based on the experience, I can provide some ideas with different lenders of how we can manage their profile and increase their borrowing capacity, whether it's getting higher valuations, better interest rates. There are a lot of other stuff. So I think that's where these awards have helped me, where people have started coming back. Existing clients are showing that yes, there is they know that yes, the person they're working with, they have that confidence right now, and based on that confidence, they're referring to their friends and family as well. My still 90% of my business is coming from word of mouth, and definitely the awards are playing a big role now because it's been, I think, 3 months back to back. I won like 5 awards and being in 2 finalists as well. So very excited about it. And again, other banks, the banks are also looking at it. I recently received an ANZ award as well of Brokers of Excellence, which was top 50 out of probably 10, 11,000 brokers out in Victoria. So banks have started looking at it as well. So yeah, it feels amazing. And yes, it does boost my ego.
Oh, I love it. Brilliant. You are listening to the That's Audacious podcast. If you like what you're hearing, there are lots of other episodes with amazing people doing incredible things. You'll find them all on your favorite podcast channels. Sam, the nice thing that I'm hearing about from what you're talking about, and I guess it's a lesson for anybody looking at using awards to really boost their reputation as well as their confidence in what they're doing, is that it's really important that first off, you have to have a passion for something. You have to have a reason why you want to be the go-to expert in that. So your background in really providing proactive service is a natural thing to you. How important has it been to really niche in and focus in on this is what I want my reputation to be in order to build a profile around that?
It was very difficult initially because when you speak to the client, the first interaction for any client or first conversation to a mortgage broker is what's the best interest rate I can get in the market. So initially it was very hard to convince the other way. Yes, it doesn't mean that I don't provide the good interest rates out there at the market. I do, but I don't keep interest rate as my primary factor of doing the loan. My primary factor is always on the objective, or what's your objective, what's your goal. So, and that's what I do when so our initial conversation, I call it as fact finding. When we do that fact finding, I speak to the client and the first thing I discuss is, tell me about what exactly are you after. That's the only question. And then the customer starts saying, and then we have 15 minutes just based on this conversation only. We haven't discussed any finances, nothing at all, no interest rates at all. So when we are talking about the objective, what is the long-term objective or the short-term objective, I think that's where I started focusing on. And slowly, I think people have started realizing that yes, interest rate Because when you talk about the interest rate, people do worry about 0.1% interest rates, 0.05% interest rate. I've heard people saying the other bank is offering 0.05 better interest rates. I was like, but then let's calculate on the dollar figure, because ultimately what matters is how much money is getting into your pocket. Is that right? It's like absolutely correct. 0.05% interest rate probably will make a difference of $20-$30 a month in your repayments. But when you move from one bank to another, that will cost you $500 to $600. How is it cost effective? It's not. One, you're putting so much time again by collating your documents. And number two, you're still paying extra to move from one bank to another just to save $20 a month. That's not cost effective. So I think people have now realized, thanks to the technology as well, people do their research via Google, and so it's less time to explain stuff because most of the people know about the terminologies now. Where initially, I remember you used to tell everything slow and steady to the client, but most of the people, I think, know everything, most of the terminologies, so which is good. The only thing we still need to focus on is not the interest rate, is not the only factor. But I think people are getting into it. Some people who are really rate sensitive, especially in the mortgage broking industry, I tell them that I probably am not the right broker for them. And let's be honest and let's be upfront, because I don't want them to leave me after 6 months if they get another 0.05 cheaper somewhere else, because that's a loss to me, that's a loss to them as well. So let's not get into that cycle and just focus on long-term clients who can actually refer me more business, and I can give them the support they want for their goal achievements as well.
It's one of the nice things, isn't it, about building a reputation for something in particular, is that you do tend to attract the right people.
Yeah.
At the same time that the people who aren't your clients just don't feel that it's the right fit, so it works. One of the things that I think is really amazing that you have achieved, Sab, is winning awards for customer services, because everybody says, oh, we have great customer service. One of the awards you've just recently won, and I'm quite excited about this one because it's very much a effectiveness award, is the Australian Achiever Awards. And you won the national title for this in customer service and finance, which is brilliant. Is that this is an awards where you don't just say, hey, this is what we're doing and give some case studies and some percentages and so on. They actually ring up your clients. They ring them and they interview them and they talk to them and they actually rate you based on what your customers are saying about you.
Yeah.
How did it feel for you to achieve that?
I was stunned when I came to know about this, because I received a call from them saying, because I was thinking, yeah, because they had different categories. I think one was highly recommended, one is a state winner, and then the national winner. And obviously national winner is just one. And my company is just 2 years old. I was not expecting to be a national winner. That's, to be honest, very frankly, I was not expecting. The best I was expecting that I'll probably be in their highly recommended list. That's what I was expecting. But I was really surprised. I was very shocked, but at the same time, very happy of what has happened. And being a national winner, yes, it again gives me that confidence. And it's again a testament that, yes, whatever we are doing for the clients, they like it. So which means we are doing correctly. And it's just not one client. I think they called 5 or 6 of my clients, because few of the clients actually didn't pick up the call. So I gave them more numbers to call. So they called around 5 to 6 clients, and everybody called me later saying, hey, we received a call, because I didn't know they'll actually call, because sometimes people just take the numbers and I don't know whether they'll call it or not. So I never told my clients about this. So they just received a random call asking about me. And then they gave probably the honest feedback, because we never prepared for anything like this. So they gave an honest feedback, and I was so stoked that, yes, this is what we actually do, and really happy for what we've done. And being a national winner, getting another trophy, which is on the way, yeah, that'll be amazing.
Yeah, I love the fact that this is an award that really is providing evidence that you are delivering on your promises.
Yeah.
And it's not just something that's being said. And a lot of people listening might think, it's easy to win an award if you've got someone helping you, or you've written it nicely or whatever else. What I love about the Australian Achiever Awards is it's based on them actually interviewing people. So there's no cheating. There's no way of getting around that. It's an absolute endorsement of what you're doing. Now, Sam, when you started, we were chatting originally about, what it was like to be the number one mobile mortgage broker with ANZ. You're at the top of that tower, and the opportunity comes up to start your own business. It's that backward step again, isn't it? That you.
Yes.
How have you felt now? It's 2-3 years in now that you've been running EFG.
Yeah, 2.5, almost 2.5 years.
Almost 2.5 years. How does it feel to be climbing that mountain again? And is it again that you've gone a step back, but you've gone back faster again, do you feel?
I would probably say that when I moved out of ANZ, the confidence when I came to ANZ versus when I was leaving ANZ was very different. The confidence level was much higher when I was leaving ANZ. I think I had a lot of clients when I was with ANZ who gave me the confidence that, yes, go for it. We know how you deal with us, and you will do amazing out there in the broking world as well, because especially when you have a lot of other banks to work with. So it was never felt the way that I'm going backwards. But yes, it did feel that, oh, I'm losing that corporate world again, and there's no more coffees with the team and all that stuff. But then one thing which was in my mind and which is still there, and I'm working on it as well, to create a corporate environment in the business now I'm running. And rather than being an employee, let's be the manager out there and then run a team, and then create someone in the team who can actually do wonders in his life as well. I'm not saying exactly like what we have done. We might have a lot of stuff now to work on as well. But if we can change even one life and make someone proud of what he can do in his business, professional life and all, so why not? And that's what I'm trying to do, trying to get people into the business so that I can mentor them, I can teach them. And well, yes, obviously it's not that I just want to go and do charity. Yes, we work for the business and we make the EFG a bigger brand as well. But at the same time, it's like you grow, we grow.
Yeah. And why wouldn't you want to work with an award-winning, amazing company that offers this level of customer service? It's brilliant. Now, Sab, I always ask the same question at the end of every interview with everybody who comes on the show. If you could go back to a time, doesn't matter what time it is, and give yourself some advice on what is going on in terms of your profile building and how to have that confidence to go and do what you've done, what sort of advice would you give yourself in the past?
I'll probably say that if I would have to go back, I'll say myself, don't be scared. Don't be afraid of taking action. You don't know what's going to happen, which is correct. Nobody knows what's happening in future, but you can't predict till the time you act on it. You have to act to get the result. And if the act goes in a positive way, you start creating the faith in that process. If you are not acting at all as on that particular, you're not taking any action, then you're not doing anything about it. And you'll probably remain in the same zone, and which will not make you grow. Because when you're in the safe zone, you will not grow. You're at a very small area. And when you see the world, it's vast. So yes, don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Think big. Do not think small, especially the people who comes from overseas, the immigrants. Everybody feels a little scared when they come here, and they intentionally, they don't want to think big. I don't know why, and probably I was one of them as well, and I don't know why I do that, or why I did that. So yes, think big. There's no risk out there. Even if there is, I think it comes with the 2 P's. That's why I say it comes with pressure and pleasure. So take the 2 P's, and yeah, there's no going back then. And once you start working, I think, once you start taking action, even if you don't win, you'll learn out of it, and you'll get some sort of experience out of it, which will help you in other ways.
I love it. But be the rubber band. Be that person who stretches to make a bigger world for yourself and for others around you.
Absolutely.
So that is such a good message. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. If you want to know more about Saurabh Arora and EFG and everything that they're doing, there will be links at the bottom of this interview. Please reach out, get in touch. And if you're looking for an amazing mortgage broker who actually proactively looks after you. Obviously, EFG is the team to go with, but I'll let you discover that yourself. Thank you so much for being on the podcast today. It's been such a pleasure. Any final tips for anyone, maybe around having the confidence to step up and grow your brand and really build a business?
I think growing brand is probably what you do is, yes, every business and every person in the business, they try to elevate their own services or products and stuff. But I think having someone to market your brand is very important. You can't do everything by yourself. Just feel that, believe that yes, you might be good in one thing, you are not good in everything. So try and delegate to the other experts in the market. Try find the right people, marketing, whether it's a social marketing or profile building, award winning, just go out to the experts, and I think they'll be able to help you out and build your brand that you're actually looking to do.
Brilliant. I love it. Thank you so much, Sab, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you so much, Lauren. Thank you. Lovely.
Thanks so much for listening to the That's Audacious podcast. Remember, there's no place for modesty in business, and you do deserve to be well known, well paid, and wanted. For more episodes, please subscribe to the podcast on your favourite channel or follow us online. The links are in the description below.